Hello, paper crafting friends. Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I love to share all things paper crafting with you. Today, I get to share what's new at Glassboard Studio. I love their glass boards for crafting, and they have a brand new release I'm super excited about. You can get 10% off using my code Carrie, but today only, October 24th, the day this video goes out, you can actually get 20% off. So take advantage of that and go shop this new release or find yourself a glass board mat if you've yet to do so. Okay, I'm unboxing these brand new products right when I got them. The day I got them, I had to pull these out and open them up. I'm really excited to have tools that work with my Glassboard Studio mat that I love and use every day. So here on the left, we have this set of 3 Crafty Catchers. These are not magnetic, but they work so good with our glassboard mat. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you what I think I'm going to use them for and why I'm super excited about them. And then we have one other little box here, the second brand new product in this release. And you can see my boxes say teal. That's because that's the color I chose to get them in. There are other colors you can choose to match your crafty space. And I love this one. It's magnetic and it's going to hold an ink pad. It's called the MagInk Holder. It's magnetic, it holds an ink pad, and I'm very excited to have this particular product that works well with my mat. Now, if you're not familiar with Glassboard Studio, they create magnetic glass boards for crafting. It doesn't have to be paper crafting. It could also be, maybe you do diamond painting, you could use that. But this is magnetic. You can buy magnets from them in different sizes and different colors and different shapes. And they will hold your paper down so well. I love this feature. To be able to use magnets and hold things down has been a game changer for me. They also have a ruler. This is a 6-inch ruler. I love this. And sometimes I just want to make sure I don't lose something and I'll just hold it down with a magnet. Sometimes I am doing some ink blending. Sometimes I'm doing coloring. I have found a lot of different ways to use it. I love that this mat has registration marks on it, so I can center my paper on there for a particular project and easily line things up. There's also grid lines. There's 1-inch grid lines you see in the bright white. There's a little bit lighter grid lines you'll see when we zoom in that are 1/4 of an inch. So there you can see me putting that cardstock panel within those registration lines, and that's very helpful. Okay, let's magnet down a piece of white cardstock and bring in the new MagInk Holder. It's going to hold so well to my glass mat. It's going to hold my Hero Arts ink pad really well. It fits in there perfectly. And now watch when I move my blending brush around. The ink pad is jiggling slightly, but that MagInk Holder is not going anywhere. I love it so much. All right, so here I'm doing a little ink blending. You see how easy it is to do ink blending on this glass mat itself. You don't have to have scratch paper down. It's going to clean up really easily. I like to use hand sanitizer in a little pump. I squirt some on and wipe it right off. Sometimes with ink, you just need water, but if you get glue on yours, which I do every day, the hand sanitizer works so well for getting that off and keeping it nice and clean. Okay, so I was able to pick up that ink pad without getting any ink on my hands from that holder. I found that to be so helpful. The less ink on my hands, the less likely I am to get a fingerprint where I don't want it, right? Okay, so here are the Crafty Catchers. Remember, these are not magnetic, but they go right up against and slightly under the glass board. So that means you're going to have a tray that is flush with the edge of your glass board. That's right, the little lip there is flush with the mat. I'm so excited about that. So let's say you've spilled embellishments on your desk, which I do on the regular. You can sweep these in here, kind of like a little dustpan for your glass board. Isn't that so cool? And then you have this in a tray contained, ready to go. There's even little spouts that you can use to pour this into the container that they originated from, a little bag, maybe into a shaker, but that is going to be so helpful to have that. I think I would just maybe leave this up against my glass board all the time as my little dustpan. Remember, we have 2 other sizes of these. That is so awesome. I think the medium one I like for when I'm creating a project and I have a bunch of die cuts. I've got them all together, but I need to work on my background. So I'm going to set those aside and bring them in once my background is done. That's a way that I would definitely use this. You could even start collecting them in the tray, and then you have that tray ready to go. When you're ready to do your project, you can move it to a different table. If you have several tables you're working on, maybe you take the tray over to your die machine and then bring the tray back to your glass board while you're creating. Also, the large tray I thought would be a really great place to hold some tools and supplies. Maybe you're going to make a bunch of cards, like 10 different or 10 cards that are the same. And so you have to repeatedly use the same products. You could keep those products in this little tray in your Crafty Catcher, and then they're ready to go. They're organized for you. They're tidy and they're right there at your disposal, easy to grab. And you could also take those to a different location and bring them back easily. So I think these are something I'm going to use a lot. They're going to help keep me organized and tidy and work with something that I use every day. So if you have not shopped at the Glassboard Studio shop, make sure you check it out. You can get a really gorgeous glass mat that goes with your style, that goes with your colors, that goes with your craft. And then you can add on the magnets that they have, the organizers, the new Crafty Catchers, and the new MagInk tray. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will be back again very soon with more paper crafting. So stay tuned for that. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you then. Happy stamping! Bye!